Want to grow your career on your own time? I'm Jennifer Wernberg, here to introduce Career Tech's Master Educator Program. This is a unique learning opportunity where you can tailor your own professional development. To learn more, follow us at OK Career Tech.
I think we all want to serve the members of our organization and do our organization justice and become better leaders and make sure America has a skilled workforce for the future.
I got to a point in my career where it wasn't challenging anymore, and I needed to be challenged with something different. I think when you get to a point in your life, you'll be like, okay, it's got to be more than just this.
I tell them if they get out of this program, they know how to swing a hammer, they know how to use a saw, that's all well and good. But it's more important to me that they leave here better men.
We see you, grinding, working around the clock, never slowing down. And for what? To get ahead, to matter? Yeah, we see you. So no matter your reason, keep striving, because there's pride in the hustle. The jobs of tomorrow aren't going to fill themselves. Career Tech, keep striving.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 52nd Annual Oklahoma Summit. Here to begin today's session is the President of Oklahoma FCCLA, Caroline Skaggs.
Welcome and thank you for joining us for the 2019 Oklahoma Summit. OKACTE and Oklahoma Career Tech Summit is truly unique, bringing together over 4,000 CTE educators, administrators, school board members, and business partners. We hope your day is already off to a great start and that you take advantage of the many networking, professional development, and leadership opportunities. If you haven't already, please download our conference app in the App Store for the full list of our exhibitors, award nominees, and a detailed summit schedule. On screen, as you entered the arena, we featured the sponsors who helped make this summit possible. We also featured our Silver Key Award recipients, honoring those who have achieved 25 years of service for Career Tech. Congratulations to our Silver Key recipients on this incredible accomplishment. To our educators and administrators, we appreciate you for your service to Oklahoma Career Tech. This afternoon, we have the opportunity to publicly thank and recognize several of our CTE leaders. Help us celebrate our award recipients by sharing their accomplishments on your school's social media by tagging OKACTE and OK Summit 19. We appreciate all the family members of our honorees who join us today, as well as the legislators, state elected officials, and former superintendents who have joined us for this summit. We are fortunate to live in a country with freedoms unlike any other. Freedoms that encourage us to pursue our dreams. To honor America and pay our respect to all who have served this great country, please stand for the singing of our national anthem by Oklahoma Skills USA member Brooklyn Jones.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the leader of our state, who is directing Oklahoma to become a top 10 state in critical categories from government efficiency to job growth, infrastructure, healthcare, and education. Please welcome the Honorable Governor Kevin Stitt.
Thank you guys so much. Such an honor to be with you. I was asking if they have some of that cool music they could play when I came out. So, wasn't quite what I picked, but it was good. Man, it's so great to be with 3,000 of my coworkers here. This is fantastic. Thank y'all for what you do in our Career Tech system. Yesterday, I took my cabinet, and I thought it was important to get out of Oklahoma City. Do you think it's important that sometimes we go to different parts of the state? And so we called it our Top 10 tour, and I took my whole cabinet, and we were in Woodward and spent the day. Thank you. We got some Woodward folks here. And we were at the High Plains Tech Center. They just rolled out the red carpet. It was fantastic. So I don't know if we have any High Plains folks in here today, but thank y'all for your hospitality. You know, our career techs in our state are among the very, very best in the entire nation. Yes, give yourselves a hand. I am always amazed at the facilities and the infrastructure that we have laid out, the access to developing skilled labor as I travel our state. You know, there's 29 technology districts on 58 campuses, and they operate in 393 of our common education school districts. So I think it's such an important, vital role in how we develop that infrastructure for the future. You know, from the very beginning, when I announced my candidacy for governor, I talked about being a top 10 state. And I believe, I mean, we have all these thoughts as Oklahomans. I grew up here my whole life. Sometimes we can think we're just a flyover state, or maybe we're not quite as good as this state or that state. But let me give you some facts that I get really excited about. Did you know that we are the 28th largest state when it comes to population? So we're right in the middle, so 28th largest. But we're the 19th largest state when it comes to land-wise, 19th largest state in the country. And then when you think about natural resources, which I think is a pretty big deal to a state, we are number 5 in oil production. We're number 3 in natural gas production. And we're number 2 in wind energy production. We have some of the cleanest water, cleanest air, best natural resources anywhere in the entire country. Actually, another stop I made with my cabinet when I was in Woodward was an iodine factory. And I didn't realize this, but we're number 1 in the country in iodine production, all right? So that was really cool. But you know what our biggest asset is? We know this as Oklahomans. I tell this to companies as I'm recruiting all over the world. It's our people. And when I meet these companies that have manufacturer facilities in Oklahoma, and they have offices and facilities in other parts of the country, they consistently remind me that their most productive, efficient plant is located in Oklahoma. And that's because of you guys and what you do for our skills. You know, by the year 2020, 2/3 of Oklahoma jobs are going to require post-secondary education. And that's not just four-year colleges. Actually, a lot of the jobs of the future aren't going to require that. And that's where you guys step in. We have got to do a better job of breaking down those silos between Common Ed, Career Tech, and Higher Ed, and focusing on our students. Other states have done it. I think about the nursing programs, whether it's RN or LPNs, we've got to put that together and get accreditation and get this lined up so we can focus on what's best for our kids, getting them ready for the workforce. I'll tell you one quick story. So I went by American Airlines and toured their facility there in Tulsa. I was meeting with all their executives in their boardroom. And they told me some things that I couldn't believe. I was shocked. They said, Governor, do you know what our starting salary is for someone that has an A&P license that we hire? Starting salary. I said, no, I don't know. They said $75,000 a year. That doesn't include overtime. That's the starting salary. And I asked those guys in the room, I said, how many of you, we're in the executive boardroom, how many of you started on the shop floor? And about half the room raised their hand. So the message I have to young people is you can do anything, you can start anywhere, cream's gonna rise, you can become the CEO or the chairman of the board, you can start as a skilled laborer in all the different great companies we have in our state, or you can go to college. I just want whatever God puts in everybody's heart, that's where we need to guide our young people and get them ready for the workforce. So the rest of that story, I went home that night, and my wife and I, we have 6 children, been married for 21 years. All of our kids are different, right? All of us that are parents are here. You parent them the same way, and I got another funny story I'll tell you about that too. But so my 16-year-old has said, son, I go, you're going to become an A&P mechanic. And he said, Dad, I thought I was going to go to Oklahoma State. And I said, that's your backup plan. But anyway, another funny story, since we're among friends here. So my oldest daughter is going to be a freshman at the fall at Baylor University. And yeah, we got some Baylor Bears. What do they say there? What's the Sikkim Bears, yeah, I've started learning that. I was a Go Pokes and obviously Boomer Sooner. Anyway, my daughter, I was like, Natalie, why don't you look at OU or OSU? And she was like, Dad, you're the governor. I don't want anybody to know I'm the governor's daughter. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they know from your last name. And here's the difference in the kids. My 16-year-old son said, you're crazy, Natalie. I'm not going anywhere but Oklahoma colleges. My dad's the governor. I'll probably get all A's or something. Anyway, it's a lot of fun being parents, isn't it? Anyway, my thanks to all of you here. You know, I want to tell you how important this workforce development is to me. Sean Copeland, our Secretary of Commerce, Brent Kissling from Enid, Oklahoma, we have him running commerce. This commerce and workforce is so interconnected. With every company we talk to, they always talk about workforce, and we brag on the Career Tech Centers. I'm just trying to make sure we connect you with industry so you guys are always thinking about how we can train those jobs of the future. So make sure that as you're out in your communities, you're reaching out to the business community, you're reaching out to your economic development folks, you're asking them what they need, you're working with our industry to try to help them recruit and train that workforce. And the last thing is, make sure you inspire our young people in middle school and high school that there is a hope and a future. They can do amazing things right here in the state of Oklahoma. So God bless you guys. Thank you for being here today, and let's go make Oklahoma a top 10 state.
And now, please welcome the Executive Director of Oklahoma ACTE, Sky McNeil.
Thank you, Governor Stitt, for sharing your time and expectations. We appreciate your leadership and your desire to make us a top 10 state. We at Career Tech have the same mission and believe we are at the top in the nation in CTE. We also want to thank you for your support of a $19 million investment in Oklahoma Career Tech. The return on investment of that money will be nothing short of impressive and something that Oklahoma businesses can count on. We look forward to partnering with you as you lead our great state. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the Oklahoma Summit. We have had so much to be excited about. Sometimes it's helpful to stop and take in all of the good that you've done so you can have some solid motivation to do it all again. So let's celebrate the over 500,000 enrollments we had last year and the 8,000 companies we helped with training and business development, and the over 1,800 inmates we trained, and the 88,000 students involved in our CTSOs, as well as the nearly half of all 9th through 12th grade students who are enrolled in our Career Tech class, either at a K-12 school or at a technology center. And you, we are here to celebrate you, the over 4,000 OKACTE members. You are absolute rock stars by any standard. Sometimes victories are a long time in the making before big things happen, like an unprecedented investment into the Career Tech system by the Oklahoma legislature and governor, to the tune, once again, of $19 million. This investment took leadership, belief in our system, unwavering legislative advocates, and your continued help in developing Oklahoma's workforce. Along with the governor, we had some really strong supporters in the House and in the Senate, who we want to thank today. First, we would like to recognize the recipient of this year's Distinguished Service Award. This award goes to a legislator who has gone above and beyond to support CTE. As chairman of the House Appropriations and Budget Committee, Chairman Kevin Wallace protected the Career Tech budget and fought for the increase because he understands our system and values the education that we provide. While he was unable to join us today, he shared his appreciation with us through this video message.
Good afternoon. I want to start by apologizing for not being able to be there in person today. I truly am honored and appreciate this award. I want to thank everybody involved with Career Tech. You guys do a great job. It was an honor this year to work on the budgeting team and to give an additional $18.6 million, 15% increase for additional programs and operations. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you.
Congratulations, Representative Wallace. Assisting with our next recognition is the State Director of Oklahoma Career Tech, Dr. Marcy Mack. The next two gentlemen I'd like to recognize and publicly thank are Senator Roger Thompson and Representative Kyle Hilbert. Not only are these two great leaders of our state, but they are great people who aren't afraid to roll up their sleeves and do the work. These gentlemen have toured technology centers, visited our K-12 programs, toured the state agency, and engaged with our CTSOs during days at the Capitol. They have a true heart for CTE, our professionals, and our students. It is my distinct pleasure to publicly thank two Career Tech champions and two of my dear friends, Senator Thompson and Representative Hilbert. Now it's time to go do what we do better than anyone else, prepare a workforce that can meet current and future demands, not with undertrained and semi-skilled people, but with confident, qualified, highly technically trained employees. The trust the legislature has given us by increasing our funding must not be taken lightly, because it doesn't come without a long, hard battle. It comes with expectations and belief in the Career Tech system. It comes on the backs of all of the years of dedication each of you has put into our students. It comes with lots of eyes watching us to see what innovative ideas we come up with next. Well, challenge accepted. This is the year to expand our reach, amplify our positive impact on Oklahoma, and push the limits of education. The beauty of Oklahoma Career Tech is that we are diverse in our scope and unique in our delivery of education. We are determined and motivated when it comes to the success of our students. We meet our students where they are, and we get them where they want to be. As your executive director, I thank you for allowing me to work for you, the best group of life changers and influencers that I know. Thank you. As a mother of 3 girls, I also say thank you for investing your talent into my children. My oldest daughter is an FFA member at Bristow High School and a pre-engineering student at Central Tech. And my middle daughter completed her seventh grade FACS and is enrolled in FFA as an 8th grader. I've seen firsthand how the Career Tech system has dramatically changed my daughter's lives, offering opportunity, education, experiences, skills, friendships, and crucial life lessons. Their future is bright, and though I would like to attribute that to my extraordinary mom skills, I had a lot of help, and CTE gets a great deal of the credit. I hope you leave here with a renewed energy and excitement about the work you're about to do. You're about the thousands of lives you're about to change and the impact you're about to make. I wish you luck. But it's been said that luck only exists when preparedness meets opportunity. I'm confident you will have the opportunity to create better futures and careers for your students. And I have absolutely no doubt you are prepared. So as we say in Oklahoma, good luck, y'all, and have a great summit.
And now, please welcome the president of Oklahoma BPA, Lily Tucker.
We are pleased to once again have Express Employment Professionals sponsor several of our awards and donate generous cash prizes in the amount of $27,500 in total to our first group of award recipients. And now, please welcome a longtime supporter of CTE, Vice President of Sales and Corporate Development for Express Employment Professionals, Bob Funk, Jr.
Last year, we presented the inaugural Oklahoma Career Tech Advocate of Excellence Award to a true champion for Oklahoma Career Tech, Express Employment Professional President and co-founder, Mr. Bob Funk Sr. This year, we are pleased to announce that we have officially renamed the award in his honor, and for the first time, we're presenting the OKACTE Bob Funk Advocate of Excellence Award. From Meridian Technology Center, please congratulate Dr. Doug Major. After Dr. Doug Major earned his bachelor's degree in agriculture education at OSU, he taught 2 years at Anadarko High School. In 1987, he joined Meridian Technology Center as an administrative intern and worked there for 13 years. While at Meridian, he completed both his master's and doctoral degrees from OSU. In 2000, Dr. Major was selected as the Superintendent CEO of Pioneer Technology Center. In 2008, he returned to Meridian Technology Center as their Superintendent CEO. Dr. Major has maintained exceptional relationships with legislatures and is always willing to meet them at the moment's notice and share career tech stories. His presentations to legislators were instrumental in securing the $19 million increase to our state's appropriations. We are pleased to add to the list of honors now the OKACTE Bob Funk Advocate of Excellence Award. Congratulations, Dr. Doug Major. Many of the trophies you see presented on stage today are design work of trophy contest winner Lizzie Avila from Francis Tuttle. Let's look at what it took to bring her design to life.
I wanted this trophy to symbolize that sometimes teachers forget how influential they are.
The Oklahoma ACTE Awards Program seeks to promote excellence in career tech education by recognizing individuals who have made extraordinary contributions to the field. The Student Trophy Design Contest not only celebrates CTE, but showcases the talents of its greatest achievement, its students. The goal for this contest is to design a trophy to celebrate the ACT Excellence Award winners. One student has went above and beyond to show her vision.
The vision had multiple subcategories of reasons. At first, when I was designing it, the Golden Globes were happening, so this is going to be the Golden Globes of teachers. And then the more I thought about it, for me, the teacher's influence is a lot more than just the individual student. It's really impacting the future generation and how society is going to be later on. So I wanted this trophy to symbolize that sometimes teachers forget how influential they are, and they deserve to be thanked and appreciated a lot more. So I feel if they had a visual representation of what they affect in students' lives and also in the entire world, hence the globe, it kind of puts it in a bit more perspective. Instead of having a fancy intricate design and people what is that? Having something that people actually recognize and actually know what it is has a lot more meaning to the individual person rather than just the design.
Big round of applause and thank you, Lislie Avila from Francis Tuttle and her instructor, Dana Abel, for the winning design. We also thank Stratus and Tech Lab for printing this year's awards and Francis Tuttle construction class, led by Brian Kropfinger for creating the bases. And now, let's continue our awards presentation with the Support Staff Member of the Year Award. This award honors the career tech who excels in the profession of student service, counseling, and administrative professions. The winner receives a $5,000 cash prize thanks to Express Employment Professionals. From Autry Technology Center, we congratulate Maria Lopez. Maria attended Autry as a student and now works as a full-time graphic designer in their marketing department. She also maintains activity in Skills USA in the OKACT. Congratulations to Support Staff Member of the Year, Maria Lopez. Next is the New Teacher of the Year Award, recognizing an educator who has taught 3 to 5 years in technology centers from K to 12 career tech programs. Let's meet our new Teacher of the Year division winners, beginning with Business Marketing and Information Technology Education, Rachel Phillips. Family and Consumer Science Division, Richard Boone. Health Careers Education Division, Pamela Deeds Updike. Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Division, Shane Martin. And Trade and Industrial Education Division, Rachel Snyder. Receiving a $5,000 cash prize sponsored by Express Employment Professionals, we congratulate New Teacher of the Year from Francis Tuttle Technology Center, Shane Martin. Congratulations. We continue with the Post-Secondary Teacher of the Year Award. Let's congratulate our Post-Secondary Teacher of the Year division winners. Health Career Education Division, Shauna Harrell. And Trade and Industrial Education Division, Cecil Wainscott. Receiving a $7,500 cash prize from Express Employment Professionals, we congratulate Post-Secondary Teacher of the Year from Lexington Skills Center, Cecil Wainscott. Congratulations. Next is the Teacher of the Year Award. Let's meet our Teacher of the Year division winners, beginning with Agricultural Education Division, Carolyn Piguet. Business Marketing and Information Technology Education, Roberta Sams. Family and Consumer Science Division, Brittany Phillips. Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Division, Brian Kitzgrove. And Trade and Industrial Education Division, Amanda Etheridge English. Receiving a $10,000 cash prize thanks to employment by Express Employment Professionals, we congratulate Teacher of the Year from Metro Tech South Bryant Campus, Amanda Eastridge English. Congratulations and thank you to Bob Funk and Express Employment Professionals. Assisting with the presentation of our next group of awards are OKACTE President Michael Colwell, OKACTE ACTE President Brooke Cush. We begin this group with the Kaleidoscope Award. This award recognizes projects and individuals who embrace and promote diversity. This year's recipient is a strong, passionate leader in career and technical education. For the last 7 years, she has served as Moore Norman's Technology Center's Disability Service Coordinator teacher. Her contributions are evident through a series of projects, including implementing a mainstream information day that transforms the way Moore Norman Technology Center reaches students with disabilities. This has been influential in students finding success earlier in the school year. Congratulations to Kaleidoscope Award recipient Barbara Rice. Next is the Career Guidance Award. This award is given to a full-time school counselor or career development professional who demonstrates that career and technology education is a worthwhile option. From Autry Technology Center, we congratulate Ashley Eubank. Ashley serves as a job developer in the Student Service Division, where she teaches professional skills and helps prepare students for the workforce. Congratulations to Career Guidance Award recipient Ashley Eubank. Next up, the Carl Perkins Community Service Award. This award honors those who have made significant contributions toward training, motivating, and inspiring their peers and students to become involved in community service. As they make their way to the stage, let's congratulate our division finalists. Stepping forward as a finalist for the Business Marketing and Information Technology Education Division, Tammy Bayet. And representing the Trade and Industrial Education Division, Kristen McCatherine. Receiving the honor of the 2019 Carl Perkins Community Service Award from Southern Tech, Crystal McCatherine. As a veteran instructor of 24 years in cosmetology industry, one of her strongest qualities is providing her students with real-world scenarios, which in turn provide them real-life experiences. Congratulations, Crystal. We continue by naming the winner of the Communications and Marketing Award. From Meridian Technology Center, congratulations to Dana Wallace. Dana has a passion for helping students achieve their goals. She knew early in her career that working in education and communicating with students about the marketing profession, she could impact students' futures and careers. She's someone with marketing peers that look at her in the industry with the best practices, and one who is always willing to share ideas. Congratulations to Communication and Marketing Award recipient Dana Wallace. Assisting with the presentation of our next group of awards are OKACTE Executive Director Sky McNeil and the State Director of Oklahoma Career Tech, Dr. Marcy Mack. Next, we honor the recipient of the New Professional Award. In addition to recognizing many for this leadership award, each recipient will receive a stipend to attend this year's ACTE Vision in Anaheim, California. Stepping forward, we congratulate from Guidance Division, Christy Stevens. Also from the Guidance Division, Jared Williams. From the New and Related Service Division, Jade Carter. Representing the Trade and Industrial Education Division, Justin McNeil. And from the Trade and Industrial Education Division, Amber Prashika. Congratulations. We continue by recognizing our finalists for the Administrator of the Year Award. These finalists have demonstrated high-quality work and contributed to the success of Career Tech through their dedicated and meaningful service. From the Administration Division, Mike Newell. From the New and Related Service Division, Teresa Pinkston. And from the Post-Secondary Adult and Career Education Division, Andy Beck. Earning the title of Administrator of the Year from Tulsa Tech, Teresa Pinkston. With over 25 years of classroom experience, her passion for lifelong learning is evident. As she shifted from working with students to working with educators both locally and nationwide, her daily activities include helping educators with curriculum needs, whether it is developing projects, assessments, or online components. She believes in modeling behavior and expectations no matter what the age of her audience is. Congratulations to Administrator of the Year, Teresa Pinkston. Next is the Teacher and Educator of the Year Award. Congratulations to Dr. Paula Tripp from Oklahoma State University. She exemplifies everything you could hope for in someone who trains and mentors the future cohorts of teachers. Her classroom provides the environment of growth our students need, equips them with the skills they need to be good teachers and mentors, then professionals with personality, while they build confidence and self-efficiency. When they complete their program of studies, 100% of them are employed. She remains steadfast and determined to produce the best teachers possible, teachers that represent the profession and can improve the quality of life for students that they instruct. Congratulations to the OKACTE Teacher of the Year, Dr. Paula Tripp. Next, the Distinguished Achievement Award, honoring technology centers for innovative and unique programs that benefit both students and the community. Our first Distinguished Achievement Award winner is Metro Technology Centers. In response to the increasing demand for computer science graduates, Metro Technology Centers, in partnership with the University of Oklahoma, launched an after-school program in the fall of 2018 called Code Sooner. The courses provide training in Java and Snap, two high-demand coding languages, and students who opt to continue on to OU have the opportunity to take standardized tests and earn college credit. Congratulations to Metro Technology Centers. Our next Distinguished Achievement Award winner is Tulsa Tech. They engage one of the local aerospace manufacturers and repair companies, Nordam. They asked them, what more can Tulsa Tech do to improve our workforce pipeline? The answer was a bold and innovative challenge to create a workplace readiness training model they called Propel. Propel was designed to accelerate a pathway to entry-level employment at Nordam. And they were successful in enrolling an average of 25 students per Propel session. Congratulations. And now, please welcome back President of Oklahoma BPA, Lily Tucker.
Congratulations to those honored this afternoon. Please welcome back the State Director of Career Tech, Dr. Marcy Mack.
Well, good afternoon, Oklahoma Career Tech, and welcome to your Oklahoma Summit. I want to give a special thanks to our retirees, educational partners, business and industry, board members, and elected officials for joining us today to help celebrate the amazing work of Oklahoma Career Tech system. Through your support, Career Tech has the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of many students and meet the needs of business and industry across our state. To meet those needs, as you have heard multiple times today, we are very fortunate to receive an additional investment in Career Tech this year. Thank you to this Career Tech family for your time and due diligence in educating individuals on the value of Oklahoma Career Tech. From your supported elected officials to Sky and her OKACTE team, to Career Tech students, to Career Tech friends and champions, and to each of you who took the time at the local level to show the impact career and technology education makes, your efforts are why increased funding is a reality. The impact of this investment has funded more than 193 K-12 programs since May 31st. Increased K-12, yes, 193 K-12 programs. Increased K-12 program assistants, teacher assistants, fully funded the Technology Center Health Benefit Allowance, funded certified staff increases, and also the very important funding for our state employee pay raises. We can guarantee, yes, we can guarantee that this investment has already shown a positive return for students, companies, and Oklahomans. The work you do has made us a national leader in career and technology education while continuing to meet the demands right here in Oklahoma for our business and industry. For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech system has focused on improving Oklahoma's economy by providing the training and skills necessary to be successful in the workplace and providing companies necessary workforce to be competitive in a global market. Our history has proven many things, and one of that is the strength of our infrastructure. Our agility of delivery is unmatched, and having business and industry as a vital component of our system sets us apart from the rest. Oklahoma Career Tech is key to our state's advancement. Thank you for your hard work, dedication, and making a positive difference, not only for today, but for many generations to come. Enjoy your time at the summit, and I wish you all the best in the upcoming school year. Thank you, and have a great afternoon.
And now, let's honor those achieving excellence as we name our Gold Star recipients. Receiving Gold Star for the first time, Eastern Oklahoma Technology Center. Next is two-time honoree, Southwest Technology Center. Three-time honoree, Tulsa Tech. Congratulations to seven-time honoree, Northeast Technology Center. We congratulate eight-time honoree, Indian Capital Technology Center. Next, another eight-time honoree, Pontotoc Technology Center. Twelve-time honoree, Mid-America Technology Center. We also congratulate 12-time honoree, Southern Tech. Receiving Gold Star for the 13th time, Kiamichi Technology Center. Also a 13-time honoree, Northwest Technology Center. Congratulations to 14-time honoree, Great Plains Technology Center. Next, a 15-time honoree, Caddo, Kiowa Technology Center. Let's congratulate 16-time honoree, Autry Technology Center. Also a 16-time honoree, Canadian Valley Technology Center. Next is 17-time honoree, Moore Norman Technology Center. We congratulate 17-time honoree, Pioneer Technology Center. Next up, 18-time honoree, Gordon Cooper Technology Center. Congratulations to another 18-time honoree, Metro Technology Centers. Next is 20-time honoree, Tri-County Technology Center. Ladies and gentlemen, 21-time honoree, Francis Tuttle Technology Center. Next, 20-time honoree, Tri-County Technology Center. Congratulations to 25-time honoree, Wes Watkins Technology Center. And congratulations to 29-time honoree, Central Technology Center. Let's congratulate these Gold Star honorees. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Central Technology Center. One more time, Central Technology Center, ladies and gentlemen. 29-time honoree. And one more big round of applause. Let's congratulate all the Gold Star honorees. And now, please welcome the president of Oklahoma Skills USA, Ethan Tucker.
Congratulations to all of our Gold Star schools. Our next speaker knows the importance in continuing to strive for better education across our state year after year. She has championed a host of education reforms and is also an advocate for increased teacher pay and increased time for teaching and learning for Oklahoma school children. Please welcome the State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Joy Hoffmeister.
It is my pleasure to present this year's State Superintendent's Award for Excellence in Career and Technology Education. Since 1994, this award has been presented for outstanding achievement in career and technology education in K through 12 schools. This year's recipient is Tahlequah Public Schools. Under Leon Ashlock, Tahlequah High School has created and renewed their commitment to academic and technical excellence and the opportunity to strengthen ties with business and industry partners. Leon's efforts to move the school to a seven-period day has ensured students have the opportunity to enroll in more CTE classes. The district's CTE program focuses on preparing students to enter current and emerging high-skill, high-wage, and/or high-demand occupations, as well as provide a pathway to a 2-year, 4-year, or technology post-secondary institution. Accepting the State Superintendent's Award for Excellence from Tahlequah Public Schools are Leon Ashlock, Russell Hudgens, and Melissa Harris.
Congratulations to Tahlequah Public Schools. And now, please welcome the OKACTE President, Michael Colwell.
Today, I am pleased to announce the outcome of our recent bylaw amendment. Last month, OKACTE posted a proposed request from the New and Related Services Support Staff Division. The division requested an amendment to the bylaws to separate from the New and Related Services Division to become their own division with a vice president. The requested amendment revised the language to separate from the division to include participating voting members. Thanks to all of you who voted, this amendment was approved. As I stand on this stage today, I'm amazed of the awesome view that I have. At this summit, some of the most talented, committed, and inspiring people one could assemble sit in this convention center. You see, from my view, I'm reminded of people from my past, like Winfred Ashley and Susie Hoffman. These two taught agricultural education and family and consumer sciences at Bikoshi schools where I grew up. Not only did they encourage and sometimes push me into leadership and public speaking events that were outside of my comfort zone, they also set me on a course for success that has benefited me my entire life. From this view, I also see teachers sitting out there today, like Misty Upton and Troy Dyer, who have influenced my own 2 children and their CTE programs. I believe career tech education in Oklahoma is in great hands, and the lives touched daily by these people and everyone in this room is unmeasurable. This year has been a whirlwind for me. As your OKACTE president, I hope I have continued to represent and lead this organization with the same fortitude, responsibility, and vision as those before me have done. This year, OKACTE has provided continued value to its members by offering innovative professional development, strengthened advocacy, and created business partnerships to advance career tech education in Oklahoma. In closing, I want to thank my family, who couldn't be here with me today, my wife Angie, Jackson, our soon-to-be Oklahoma State freshman, and our 7th grader Luke for their support. Thank you to my KTC family at the Podo and Spiral campus, Shelley Free and Doug Hall. Thank you both for your leadership, vision, and for your trust in allowing me to be active within OKACTE. To the rest of you, I hope you get out of the summit what you put into it. And thank you to each and every one of you who have an opportunity to shape a student's life every day through CTE. Who knows, that student you have in your classroom this year may one day have the same view that I have today. Thank you and enjoy the summit.
Let's meet our OKACTE fellows, beginning with Administration Division Representative Robin Castleberry from Moore Norman Technology Center. Next, representing the post-secondary adult career education, Julie Griffin from Central Technology Center. From the Guidance Division, Krista Simmons from Moore Norman Technology Center. Representing the Business Marketing and Technology Education Division, Leslie Cooksey from Metro Technology Center. From the Health Careers Education Division, Deborah Button from Northwest Technology Center. Representing New and Related Services Division, Crystal Sack from Tulsa Tech. From the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Division, Stephanie Harris from Francis Tuttle Technology Center. And Trade and Industrial Education Representative Steve Yaden from Moore Norman Technology Center. Thank you to all our OKACTE fellows. Applications for next year's fellowship program are available at the OKACTE booth and online. You can also access in the exhibition hall. Here to make a special presentation, welcome back OKACTE Executive Director Sky McNeil.
Michael and Audrey, before you leave the stage, I have a special token of appreciation for all of the hard work and dedication to OKACTE this year. Your leadership has been instrumental in the success of the inaugural fellowship class. We appreciate the time, talent, and expertise you provided to our fellows. Thank you.
At this time, I invite OKACTE President-elect Brooke Cush to join me on stage. Brooke, who is currently at Autry Technology Center, was a family and consumer sciences teacher at Drummond Public Schools and their FCCLA advisor. Brooke, we instill our confidence in you in guiding Oklahoma ACT in the coming year. OKACTE members, I am honored to pass the torch of leadership to your 2019-2020 OKACTE President, Brooke Cush.
Thank you, Michael. As my first official duty, it is my pleasure to present you with this award for your outstanding leadership this past year. You have been an amazing leader, and I hope to match your passion and commitment representing Oklahoma's career tech system. And now, I am pleased to introduce the team of leaders I will serve alongside. OKACTE President-elect Raina McVeigh. And now for our 2019-2020 Division Presidents. Administration, Tracy Thorpe. Agricultural Education, Keith Dillingham. Business, Marketing, and Information Technology Education, Meredith Walker. Education Services, Special Populations, Andrea Verser. Family and Consumer Sciences, Karen Davis. Guidance, Renee Williams Maynard. Health Careers Education, Dustin Hicks. New and Related Services, Crystal Sack. Post-secondary Adult Career Education, Jason Phipps. Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, Shane Martin. And Trade and Industrial Education, Steve Yaden. Thank you to all of our division presidents. And now I'll turn the program over to ACTE President-elect Dr. Doug Major.
There's never been a more exciting time to be a part of ACTE and OKACTE. Everywhere you look, you're hearing and seeing the accolades of what career and technical education is doing for the economy of Oklahoma and the United States. We're fortunate in Oklahoma to be a big part of the National Association, and we have several guests with us today. I'd like to introduce members of our National Board of Directors for ACTE. Adult Post-Secondary Adult Education, Dick Lowe. Trade and Industrial Education Division Vice President, Julius Dean Baker. ACTE President, Nancy Trivett. And please welcome to bring remarks on behalf of ACTE, the National Executive Director, Ms. Leanne Wilson.
Well, hello everyone. It's such great friends here for so many years. Thank you. It's such an honor to be here with Nancy, our ACTE board president. I just want to take this opportunity to really thank you. Thank you to Oklahoma for being our largest membership state. Yes. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to be your voice at the federal level, much like Oklahoma ACTE is your voice at the state level, and together we keep career and technical education strong. Thanks to all of you who serve on the National ACTE committees, task forces, our board, fellowship programs, post-secondary leadership success program, and so many more. You are really part of the fabric of the National ACTE. I'd also like to thank Liz Dinkins from Francis Tuttle for being our National Teacher of the Year this year. And I'd also like to thank Doug Major for serving as ACTE's president-elect again. Thank you, Doug. Also, just recognizing Dean and Dick, who currently serve on our board, and so many of you that have been a part of the ACTE board in the past. Most importantly, I want to say thanks to all of you for what you do for CTE students in Oklahoma. I hope to see many of you at ACTE's Career Tech Vision in Anaheim this year, December 4th through 7th. And again, it's truly an honor and a privilege to be here and being in our largest membership state, and everything that you do for ACTE National, we don't take it for granted. Please take advantage of all the benefits we have for you at the national level, and just thank you again. It's truly an honor. I'm blessed every day to work in the career and technical education system, and just thanks for all that you do for the students of CTE. Thank you.
As I mentioned before, there's never been a better time to be a part of career and technical education, and we've been working hard over the years to expand our brand, but we've not been alone in that effort, and now we get to hear from a great advocate for career and technical education who's not only changing the brand for Oklahoma, but for career and technical education as well. Please welcome Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell.
Well, how is everybody?
This is extremely encouraging to see a room full of some of the best recruiters we have in the state of Oklahoma, our career tech infrastructure. The best recruiters we have. You know, as I crisscrossed this state over the last couple years, all 77 counties of it, and met with many of you all in this room and did many tours around the career tech facilities that we have, I would cut them off mid-sentence through the tour and say, why are we not talking about this more? Why are we not playing to our strengths as a state? Because as we've mentioned, I'm sure many times here today, we want to be top 10, right? We want to be a top 10 state. We will not be a top 10 state if we don't champion what you do in this room every day. Every day. Because we are on a top 10 list. Our career tech infrastructure is top 10 already. Us in Georgia, any site relocation firm that I have talked to in this country have said, you're top 10 in career tech infrastructure. One of the best recruitment tools that we have to retain, to grow the current jobs and businesses that we have in this state and recruit businesses from around the world. It does not happen without you. It does not happen without you. And that's something that the governor and I are going to continue to crisscross this state and talk about. My wife and I are small business owners in the Tulsa area. My wife has invented a number of baby products. In the mom blog world is the most powerful force on human earth. And because of that, we have a successful business. But we didn't know where to go for help. And so one of my jobs inside the Department of Commerce with Sean Copeland and Brent Kissling is to make sure that anybody with an idea in this state for a business knows where they can go for help. And your front doors are where a lot of that help is going to come from. And those are the conversations that I'm having every day with young entrepreneurs, young and old entrepreneurs that we have in the state. I believe entrepreneurship is the future. It's the future for most states. For us to diversify our economy, that has to be a big part of the equation. So you're going to be hearing a whole lot from me over the next 4 years so that I can partner again good businesses with you to help again foster much more growth in those businesses for us to then be a top 10 state from an economic perspective. The other area, as it was mentioned in my bio, is we're going to rebrand the state of Oklahoma in a way that is better than okay. Better than okay. Because if I announce the brand at the beginning of next year and it says Oklahoma is okay, you can fire me. I'm okay with that. Kick me out of office. If we don't define who we are as a state, 49 other states will do it for us. We have got to tell our story of why people should live here, work here, and play here in the state of Oklahoma. And states that do that and do that well are generating much more business growth and tourism dollars because of it. And so we have launched this rebrand in the state. We're bringing 100 to 150 of the most creative minds from around the state of Oklahoma. So this will be a brand built by Oklahomans. We're bringing folks again across the state. Our first meeting will be in August, and we'll be working on this brand throughout the rest of the year, and we'll be announcing this at the beginning of next year. Uniform branding through all of our government agencies as well. This is important. It's very important. And we have not had a standalone secretary of branding. I'm Secretary of Tourism and Branding. I think I'm the only branding secretary in the entire country. But this is going to, again, separate us from a lot of states around us and countries around the world. And again, you all will be in the middle of this. Because again, this is something that inside the Department of Commerce we'll be using heavily to make sure that we are positioning ourselves for that business growth. If career tech is not in the middle of that, then we're not doing it right. We're not doing it right. So again, I just thank you again for filling up rooms like this, for you all going back into your communities and doing it the right way, because you're doing it the right way. And I want you to know that I'll partner with you each and every day to make sure this is a state our kids can grow up in, to be proud of, find a job in, and raise their own families in. And if we do that, we're going to be a top 10 state. Thank you all so much for your time.
Here to present our final group of awards, please welcome back OK ACTE Executive Director Sky McNeil. and State Director of Oklahoma Career Tech, Dr. Marcy Mack. Up next, we present the Arch Alexander Award. This award recognizes an educator who has made significant contributions to career and technology education in Oklahoma. This award was created in honor of Dr. Arch Alexander, the former Deputy State Director of Career Tech. He played an important role in helping design Oklahoma's career tech system, and today we are excited to honor someone who continues his legacy. Assisting with the presentation of this award from the University of Oklahoma's College of Education, Jung-Won Kim, Dr. Jung-Won Kim. Congratulations to Arch Alexander Award winner, Ruth Peace. Ruth was hired as an employee for the Oklahoma Department of Career and Technology Education in 1979. She served as manager for the agency's Information Management Division. Over the course of her career, she dedicated herself to the advancement of career tech through accurate and relevant data. She spent the majority of her 40 years ensuring the accomplishments of students, industries, and schools were presented in a useful and understandable manner. By sharing her knowledge, leadership, and insight of data, Ruth was instrumental in the establishment of the Oklahoma Career Tech system as the premier provider of career and technology education in the nation. Congratulations. Next is the Lifetime Achievement Award, given to a member whose outstanding dedication and longtime contributions have made a positive impact in career and technology education throughout Oklahoma. Congratulations to Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Dr. Mary Jo Self. A career tech advocate for 40 years, Mary Jo is an associate professor in workforce and adult education, career and technical education at Oklahoma State University. She has devoted her professional career to a lifetime of service to career tech, beginning at Caddo, Iowa, as a culinary arts instructor, where she made a lasting difference in students' lives for 16 years. As she transitioned from the classroom to administration, she took with her valuable insight that prepared her for success in subsequent positions as Director of Full-Time Program Curriculum Specialist and Perkins Grant Coordinator for Cooperative Agreements. For the last 18 years, she has inspired teacher educators at Oklahoma State University, where she has impacted the lives of thousands of CTE students through her passionate work. She has transitioned over 700 instructors from tradesmen and women in high-quality CTE instructors. She is a leader, innovator, master teacher, and a most deserving recipient of the ACTE's Lifetime Achievement Award. Once again, congratulations to Dr. Mary Jo Self. Our final award is the Francis Tuttle Award, the highest honor we can bestow upon someone. This award is named in honor of former Career Tech State Director. It is awarded to someone who has made significant contributions to the state and national levels and has shown a dedication to the development of people through career and technology education. Assisting with the presentation of this award is Francis Tuttle's grandson, Chad Tuttle. Congratulations to Francis Tuttle Award recipient, Dusty Ricks. After graduating from Oklahoma State University, he began his 36-year career in education, starting as a vocational agriculture teacher for 14 years. He worked to achieve his master's in education from the University of Oklahoma and took the position as Blanchard Middle School principal, but he soon realized his heart was in CTE. His re-entry into career tech began in 1998. When he was hired as the Director of Operations at Mid-America Technology Center, where he's become and been there more than 20 years. He was promoted to Deputy Superintendent and then in 2005 became Superintendent. He still holds the position and shows no signs of stopping. His wealth of knowledge is shown daily in his leadership as he guides more than 12,000 staff, students, and business partners. Congratulations to Francis Tuttle Award recipient, Dusty Ricks. And now, I'll turn things over to the president of the Oklahoma FCCLA, Caroline Skaggs.
Congratulations to all of our award recipients, and thank you for the great work you're doing across our state and to advance CTE. Serving once again as our keynote sponsor, we thank Blue and Gold Sausage Company, who is celebrating their 50th anniversary. We appreciate their continued support of Oklahoma's Career Tech system. Here's a little more about this sponsor.
Today's keynote serves as a board of director responsible for North and South America for Murakami Corporation, as well as CEO of Murakami Manufacturing USA Incorporated. Over the past 25 years, he has worked at several automotive component suppliers with assignments in Japan, China, and various locations in the U.S. His experience includes human resources, business development, and operations. He enjoys bridging the gap between cultures, building strong teams, and developing people. Since joining Murakami in 2011, he has taken a specific interest in helping young people make the jump from school to the workforce. Please welcome Michael Rodenberg.
Good afternoon, Oklahoma. It is such a pleasure to be with you today. Yesterday and today I've had the chance to meet with many of you, and I am truly impressed with what you're doing. You really are leading the nation in technical education. So I'm going to take you on a journey. In 1917, near the Kiamishi Mountains of Oklahoma, a young boy was born. He grew up there with his parents and his siblings until age 7, when they had to relocate to West Texas, looking for work. For the first couple of years of this boy's life, the family lived in a tent. And eventually he was able to get an education, a 6th grade education. As he went on to be a teenager, he signed up to work in what was called the Civilian Conservation Corps. Went out, and many of the bridges and lakes and dams that we enjoy today were built by those young people that went out to support their families. He came back from that, joined the Army, went out and served in World War II, married his sweetheart, and came back home and started a family. He had 2 lovely daughters, and he started his own business. Remember, he had a 6th grade education. He became a cement contractor and did quite well. The year he turned 50, he had a grandson. And that grandson was someone he wanted to take everywhere with him. When he was old enough to go around, the little boy was taken out to the construction area so that he could work and see what was going on. He can remember wearing the hard hat and the mud boots, taking the metal lunchbox with the thermos, with saltine crackers and bologna, and going every day with his grandfather. His grandfather also would take him to his shop where they would manufacture together furniture for children and dolls. And then they would take that furniture to the street corners of Dallas prior to Christmas every year and sell it on the streets. That little boy also had a father, and the father was very different than his grandfather in the fact that his father was much more educated. He graduated from high school. His father was part of the generation that if you worked hard and was dedicated and did everything you could progress, and he did. He started out as a bank teller. and he worked his way up to eventually becoming a president of a bank. Unfortunately, times changed, and the mergers and acquisitions of banking took place, and they started to go in and buy up all the small banks. And as they did, those individuals that had worked their way up to the top were let go. And because he only had a high school education, it was very difficult to get back into the workforce. Well, he was very educated in the fact that he loved to read. He read a lot of books. And when this young boy was 15 or 16 years old, he gave him a book and he said, "Son, read this book. I promise you it will make a difference in your life." And the boy did. He read the book, and in the book it said, "Dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, so you shall become." An old book, over 100 years old. That book changed my life, and those men changed mine as well. Today I stand before you to talk about bridging the employment gap, and the story begins with you and me. To tell you a little bit about my company very quickly, it's called Murakami. We're a Japanese-owned manufacturing company. We build product, and you build people. The product we build are exterior mirrors, and they go on vehicles such as these. So if you have one of these vehicles and you somehow knock it off, don't call me. Go to the dealer, please. So I want to tell you a story. In 2011, I had the opportunity to join this company. And in joining Murakami, it was in a very difficult situation. In fact, it was in a horrible situation. The owner had asked me to come in and see if I could help them out, and I did. And so when I came to the company, I said, okay, let's look and see how bad it really is. And so I did what was called an objective analysis, look at it, and doing an objective analysis, hey, just don't be afraid to face the brutal truth. How bad was it? Well, for the first 11 years since inception, of those 11, 10 we lost money. The customers hated us, our suppliers hated us, our team members hated us. In fact, our reputation was so bad in the community that our team members would not wear their logoed shirts outside of the factory. That's how bad it was. So we knew how bad it was, I knew how bad it was, so it could only get better, right? Well, that's the hope. So as part of that, I had to take a look at who's on my team. And our team is a Japanese and US management. And with that, two totally different cultures. I like to look at this. This is the American culture. It's kind of a cowboy culture, and many of us, since we were kids, we were taught to try, and if you failed, you just kept trying. Versus the Japanese culture, which is more about detail, a long history with samurai honor and duty, and they're about making things better. We're innovators, and they like to make things better. Who was on my local team? And for many of you, this will relate to the lifestyles you live. We're located in central Kentucky. 92% of my team members come from a very small area, and this is what is important to them. Many of them have farms, they have jobs on the side, they love to hunt and fish, family's extremely important, and they love Kentucky basketball. So that was the team. So knowing how bad the situation was, I pulled the management team together and I gave them a challenge. I gave each one of them a 50-cent piece. And I gave them this book, As a Man Thinketh. The reason I gave them the 50-cent piece is because my grandfather, as a child, would always give me 50-cent pieces when I did something good. I still have many of those 50-cent pieces today. And the book, of course, was something that changed my life. And so I gave it to my team and I said, hey, if we can picture being better, we will become better. So we worked on our foundation. Our foundation was, of course, why we do, and how we do it. What was most important about the hows was we wanted to establish a culture where greatness was expected, where continuous improvement was a way of life, and treating people like you want to be treated was a standard. Why was that made the standard? Is because I can recall as a child, my grandfather, as we would go to the workplace, as we were out on the streets selling, or even in the neighborhood, he would always treat people with kindness, no matter who they were. And it had a great impact on my life. So we're in manufacturing. Knowing this, what is mission critical to our business? Well, we do injection mold, we do paint, and we do assembly. For those in the technical world, you know how important that is to us. So as we looked at that, we then had to identify the foundation, which is the key to everything, is who are those people that run those processes? They are mission critical, and we had to protect those people. So we came up with a way to develop a method to actually evaluate and compensate them. Technical people like to know where they stand. And we also want to create a path for growth for them. We did those things, and about 10% of my 300 people workforce are technical people, and they're extremely critical to our business. So in addition to working with that technical force, of course, building and retaining your team is always critical, and so we built from within, and that was kind of the culture we created. Now the issue was the next generation. Where do they come from? And that was most critical to us to try and figure that out. And I didn't have to go and approach that. I was approached by a teacher. Actually, she was the principal of the local technical school named Linda Floyd. And Linda came to me and she said, Michael, will you go with me to see what our students are doing? That's all she asked. And I did. And when I went there, I was amazed that here were some young people with their teachers excited about building things, but as I looked around the room, they were missing something. They didn't have a lot of things to work with. They didn't have a lot of material. Now, at the time, we were in the middle of our turnaround, so I didn't have deep pockets. There was not a lot of things I could do to provide in terms of financial resources, but I had $100,000 of obsolete material sitting in a warehouse. So I took that material, which was wire harness and heaters and all kinds of electrical components, and said, could you use this? They said, sure. We gave it to them. We delivered it. The kids were excited, and within a matter of days, they were taking those components and creating all kinds of different robots. That one experience changed my life. It helped me to understand why what you do is so important. So let's shift gears a minute. We're going to talk about some data and uncover some facts. So for me as an employer, recruiting is the greatest challenge there is today. It's very, very difficult. In the past, we'd put up a sign, 10 people would show up, we'd pick the 5, and we'd go on. Today, we put up the sign, nobody comes. We've had to become creative. Why is that? Because you know what the data is. For every one employee, one person that's unemployed, just in your field alone in education and healthcare, there are 2 jobs that are open. In manufacturing, there's 1 job open. So there's a lot of work. It's so bad today if you look at the last sentence of this where it says they're raising pay, sweetening the perks, and even doing away with requirements like drug testing in order to fill their openings. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine going to a place of work where someone's operating a forklift or a piece of heavy equipment and that employer chose not to do drug testing? That's how bad it is. For me as an employer, cost of turnover is critical. This is what it is in real dollars. If someone comes and works for me for 10 days, I invest over $2,200. If they come for a month, it's about $3,500, and that's just an entry-level position. So what happens if they leave after those 10 days? Basically, that money walked out the door. If they work for a month, the money walked out the door. In the worst case of our turnover, we were having 30 people a month come through our door. So you take the 30 times 3,500, multiply that, and do it by 12, do the math. That's a lot of money. So if employers say we don't have money to address the issue, we do. It's just hidden in the data. Another piece of data I want to share with you. As mentioned, I work as a board member for the Workforce Center of the state of Kentucky. And I got some data that talked about high school graduates. In 2010, the state graduated 42,000 students. 7 years later, only 13,000 of them had actually completed something. They had only either had a certificate, and when I say completed, it was just a certificate. Maybe they went to technical school or they had graduated with a degree. So what does that really look like when you break it down? You've got 10 students. This is at graduation. And of course, some of them have some college credit. But this is what it looks like 7 years later. 3 in high school with the graduation. 4 have some college. And I know everyone in this room knows those 4 people. Those are the 4 people that were encouraged to go to college because their parents didn't have a college education, and they forced their kids, said, you've got to go, you've got to be better than me. And many of them were low income or minorities that had the access to a lot of funding, and private colleges love these kids. Please come. They come for a year and they realize they shouldn't be there. I have friends very close friends that have left with $20,000 and $30,000 and $40,000 of debt and should have never been in school. And of course, we got the 3 that went on and completed. So when I saw this data, I was sick to my stomach, and I said, we've got to do something different. I did some fact checking too. In doing the fact checking, some of the local schools, how were they doing in terms of graduating students? 2 of these schools are private universities. Now, the bigger schools have harder requirements to get into, and so they have a higher success rate. Some other data that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, and this is what I call the top 15 not so good list, is this. How are we ranking? And I've given us the data for our state and your state, but this is a disability rate, incarceration rate, your opioid overdose rate. Now this one I know hits home with a lot of people as well. Last year, my nephew, who was a star athlete in Arizona, 2 days before the state finals or state playoffs, and he being a star relief pitcher, died of a fentanyl overdose. So it doesn't matter who you are, your families can be affected. In workforce participation, with all the other issues we have, how are we doing as far as people participating? We struggle. Fortunately, you guys are much better than we are. So, what next? You take all the data, and we could put our heads in the sand and say, you know, this is a horrible situation, the world's a mess, there's nothing we can do. And I can't tell you how many meetings I've been in with legislatures and other business people, and the first thing they complain about, the drug issue is horrible and no one wants to work. Well, if we spent all day doing that, we wouldn't get anywhere. But as teachers and parents and employers, this is our hope. We hope that our kids will eventually go to the workforce, the path they take, where it's technical, or they go to a university, armed forces, these are all good paths. Because we do not want them to end up in the situation where this is all they do. Because I know that so often, while we're wanting and hoping these things, this is all they want to do. And in fact, I was talking to someone last night that they were taking them on your students on trips, and as they took them on the trips, they said we had to teach them how to order from a menu. These were kids that had never ordered from a menu. Why? It's probably because while they're playing games at home, they're commanding their parents to bring them a cheese sandwich. So this is what we don't want to have happen. You guys know this guy, George. You remember how he was. He was great. You know, he bragged about the fact that he could live in his parents' basement. Now, I know for some of us it's okay if our kids are in our basement, but we don't want them to be here forever. So, this is my thought. Going back to what impacted me when I was a kid, to impacted me when I came in to start to run this company and turn it around, is I really believe that our thoughts and our actions can springboard us into a much brighter future. It really can. And it all started for me was that invitation. Someone asked me to just come and see. They didn't ask for money, they didn't ask for a donation, they didn't ask me to do anything except just come and see, and that changed everything. That led to this. It led to me to immediately reaching out to the technical college. And as I showed before, what was our environment like? What was our community like? As I went to the schools, I said, please identify kids from our region that are going to your technical school that want to maintain the lifestyle that they've had and work on our facility. And we were able to quickly identify kids that did that. These 2 individuals, that's when they were in school, are now leading some of our departments. So that simple question from that teacher led to this. These are all partnerships. And those partnerships all symbolize one individual, or maybe 2 individuals, or 3. Continuing on, this last year has been an exciting year for us because we got the vision. And so we've done simple things like working with the schools and adding 3D printers. And they didn't come and ask us for 3D printers. They came to see, they asked us, are you guys using 3D printers? And we're like, sure, come see it. And then we turned the question on them and said, do you have a 3D printer? And can we help you get one? Once again, a teacher, an elementary teacher, came to me and said, hey, can you come see what we're doing? We're teaching engineering skills. And I went to the class and I was overwhelmed. These were kindergartners talking about continuous improvement and problem solving and building things and being engineers. So I asked Ms. Neal, I said, Ms. Neal, what can we do for you? And I said, just give me a list. And she's like, really? I said, yeah, just send me a list of, if you could have anything in the world, just send it to me. The next day I received an email. I opened up the email, and there was a long list of items. All right? You know, you're out there, right? Okay, who's here that was, if you had the opportunity, you'd send a list. But I bet some of you wouldn't send the list because you'd be afraid to. She sent the list, I got it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's $300. In my world, in my budget, $300 is a pizza lunch for the team. So automatically open up Amazon Prime, click, 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 click. It's delivered the next day. We take it in and say, Mrs. Neal, here you go. So we've been doing that year after year. And we love doing it. And every year I say, what's your wish list? And she's like, really? And I said, yeah, send your wish list. This is another one. Local Baptist preacher, friend of mine, comes up and says, hey, we're doing a camp. Can we bring our kids to see what you do? Because I want my kids exposed to manufacturing. I want them to learn that there's something else out there. And it was a great experience for us and also for the kids. Same thing happened with the local university. They just started a computer science program. The computer science guy, who's the new professor from New York, had come to Kentucky, didn't know anybody. He says, can I come tour your plant? He toured the plant because he wanted to start a robotics program. And when he walked through the plant, he goes, do you realize how many robots you have here? And I just was kind of quiet, and I said, no. We have a ton of robots. I was like excited. Now I'm all excited. Every time I show people, I said, come see all our robots. Well, we worked with them on their camp and had the kids come and participate with our engineers, and our engineers went and participated with them. And for us, it was very much an eye-opening thing. I'll share a couple of others. This is Murakami Next Gen. And we started this past year because of the data that I saw. The 7 kids out of the 10. And what I saw of the 7 kids is many of our kids today are scared to do something. They're afraid of long-term commitment. And they're afraid to do something different. And so we thought about that and said, what if we had these kids come work for just 4 months? For me to get an operator up and going, it takes a few weeks, a month. So if they stayed with me for 4 months, we'd be much better off as a company. So we went to all the local technical schools and presented this to principals. There's like, no one has ever come to us with something like this. And also, while you'll be there for 4 months, we're going to teach these kids some life skills. So we started the program. It started out small. We had just a few participants this year, but one of the things I noticed about every one of these participants, they all came from single-family homes. They were all looking for someone to help and guide them and support them because they wanted to support their families. And that finally led to this. It's called Bust a Business. When I visited with the principals, I asked them, why aren't you coming to my facility and touring? Why aren't you bringing your students to come see what I do? And she goes, we don't have any money. Bus tours are not in the budget. And once again, I asked the question, how much does that cost? He says, well, you have to rent a bus, and you have to have a substitute, and that may cost you $300. That $300 figure just keeps to see coming up. I'm like, okay, pizza lunch, 40 people coming to my plant, touring, getting exposed to what we do. Where do I sign up? I took that back to our board, and as a board for the state of Kentucky and the chamber, we said, we've got to proliferate this throughout the state. And October 2nd of this year, this will be a statewide program of getting schools and businesses together. So I'm going to close up here with a few things. One is this quote by Robert Kennedy. I love this quote because the purpose of life is to contribute in some way to make things better. We're not going to fix all the problems of the world, but every day you make things better. And you really should recognize that. Sometimes you don't give yourself credit, and right now you should. I'd like to just give yourself a round of applause for all that you do to make things better. You may not have been up on the stage to receive an award, but what you do every day makes things better for a child. So bridging this employment gap, I'm going to leave just a few things with you that hopefully you'll take home and utilize. First of all, if you can think it, you can do it. I can't stress that enough. If you want to picture something happening, just do it. We pictured getting our company better. Today, our company, which 8 years ago was the worst place to work in the community, out of the last 5 years, 4 of those we've been voted the best place to work. So things have changed. Don't get distracted by the noise. The data that I shared with you today, you know, everybody complains. There's always problems. But if you sit and worry about the noise, that I don't have enough money in the budget, I don't have the right people, everybody's on drugs. Okay, the fact is not everybody's on drugs. There are people that are on drugs, but they need our help, and they want our help. There are people that do want to work and want to work hard. This new generation, the Generation Z that we have, that we don't know what to do with because they're so much smarter than we are, and they've got us figured out. We just have to work with it. Please do this. Invite business leaders to come and see. I promise you, if you will do that, especially if you're in smaller communities, you may have business leaders, and don't just ask someone from the company, ask the business leader. Because if you're doing something unique and you think it's special, just have them come and see. Don't ask them for money, don't ask them for something special, just ask them to come and see. When you do that, then don't be afraid to say what you need when you're asked. Because I promise you, there will be some business leaders, not all, that will turn to you and say, what do you need? And finally, ask the business leaders if you can go and see. How many of you as educators have been in a facility, a local manufacturing facility, someone that's doing something in your area? Take the opportunity to do that, and you'll gain something. So lastly, this is my grandfather. He passed away a few months before I started my journey at Murakami. But he had a huge impact on my life. In fact, if you go to our plant, when we made our first expansion, I took his concrete stamp, and in the concrete is his stamp, and right next to the stamp is a 50-cent piece. We were in dire straits when we started the turnaround, but we actually did something. And we fulfilled the ideas and the dreams that we had. But overall, and in the end, it was all about one person at a time. Thank you very much. Enjoy your conference and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you all for joining us for this year's Oklahoma Summit. The networking and educational opportunities continue in our spotlight sessions and exhibitor workshops. Be sure to check the conference app for the times and location of all of our summer summit activities. With a record number of exhibitors, several exhibiting for their first time, please be sure to stop by and visit with them in the exhibit hall. While you're there, check out the silent auction located at the OKACTE booth in the entrance of the exhibit hall. Proceeds benefit OKACTE PAC. And be sure to join us tonight in the exhibit hall from 4 to 5 p.m. for our vendor reception. We look forward to seeing many of you at ACTE's Career Tech Vision 2019 in Anaheim, California this December. On behalf of all Oklahoma students, thank you all for your commitment and dedication to providing quality education for our students. Enjoy the rest of your day.